There are many misconceptions about negotiations in war, over their utility, pitfalls, objectives, formats, and other things. But probably the biggest misconception is about the amount of negotiating that actually happens in war. It's a lot, and there are three branches of wartime negotiations to understand. The first branch is negotiation between the belligerents. This is what happens between the parties to the conflict themselves, and they may include the following issues: ceasefires, prisoner exchanges, and humanitarian corridors, among other things. The second is negotiations with third parties, meaning between individual parties to conflict and members of the international community, whether they're partners or otherwise. They negotiate things like material support, security assistance and guarantees, humanitarian aid, and cross-border issues. The third branch is negotiations among third parties, meaning between members of the international community. They may deliberate things like United Nations Security Council and General Assembly resolutions, mitigation of third-party intervention, and post-conflict reconstruction or peacekeeping. Since these branches are all part of the same tree, there can be overlap in these negotiations. In other words, the same issues may be deliberated across all three branches, and third parties may become involved in negotiations between the belligerents themselves, most often as intermediaries, as we've seen in the Russia-Ukraine and US-Israel-Iran wars. It's useful to remember the prevalence and utility of negotiations in conflict. Ultimately, if war is policy by other means, then negotiation is war by other means. Thank you for joining us for this Parley Policy Minute. See you again soon.